Hello, my friends. Nice to have you here again. Question: why don't fish play tennis? Because they're afraid of the net. Speaking of nets and fish, let's dive into our Friday night's one meal a day, OMAD feast. This is not your average Friday night dinner, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about OMAD, the one meal a day concept that's been gaining traction in the world of fitness and health. It's a way of eating that's particularly beneficial for those leading a sportive lifestyle. It's all about packing your daily nutrients into one scrumptious and hearty meal. Tonight, we're preparing a feast that's not just tasty, but also packed with good-for-you nutrients. We're talking tuna fish, succulent and rich in omega-3. We're talking jacked potatoes, a delightful source of carbohydrates. And we're talking a medley of red cabbage, spinach, onions, and garlic. A riot of colors and flavors that's a treasure trove of vitamins and minerals. Stay tuned to learn how to prepare this delicious and nutritious meal. Before we start cooking, we need to prepare our ingredients. Remember, a great meal starts with good preparation and the right purchase. So let's dive right into it, shall we? We're going to be working with some fabulous ingredients today, each one packed with flavor and nutrients. We have our star player, the tuna fish, our trusty sidekicks, jacked potatoes, and a vibrant array of veggies including red cabbage, spinach, onions, garlic, and turmeric and ginger. Let's start with the tuna. You'll want to use high-quality fresh tuna for this dish. It should be firm to the touch and have a bright, clean smell. Nothing fishy, mind you. Once you've given it a good rinse under cold water, pat it dry with some paper towels. Next up, the potatoes. Give them a thorough rinse to remove any dirt, then pat them dry. We're leaving the skins on for that extra fiber and texture. Moving on to our veggies. Red cabbage, spinach, onions, and garlic each bring their unique flavors and health benefits to this dish. For the cabbage and spinach, make sure to wash them thoroughly to get rid of any grit. Peel the onions, the garlic, and the turmeric and the ginger, then give them a good rinse. Now, some people like to chop their onions and garlic into tiny pieces, while others prefer larger chunks for a more robust flavor. It's all up to personal preference, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just make sure to keep those fingers safe while you're at it. Lastly, let's not forget about seasoning. Salt and pepper are the classic go-tos, but don't be afraid to experiment with other spices and herbs. They can really elevate your dish and give it that extra oomph. Remember, prepping your ingredients properly not only makes the cooking process smoother, but it also ensures that your meal is as tasty and nutritious as possible. Now that we have our ingredients ready, let's move on to the fun part, cooking. So, we've got our fresh tuna. Let's turn this fish into a dish. First things first, we need to season our tuna. A simple sprinkle of sea salt and cracked black pepper will do the trick. The beauty of fresh tuna is that it has a rich, meaty flavor that doesn't need much adornment. Just remember, less is more when it comes to seasoning this ocean treasure. Now, let's heat our pan over a medium-high flame. We want it hot, but not smoking. A perfectly heated pan is key to getting that restaurant-quality sear on our tuna. Add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and let it shimmer. That's when you know it's ready. Carefully place the tuna in the pan. You should hear a satisfying sizzle as it hits the hot oil. That's the sound of flavor development, my friends. Cook the tuna for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side for a medium rare finish. If you prefer your tuna well done, go for 3 to 4 minutes, but not more. We don't want it to dry out. Once you've achieved a beautiful sear on all sides, remove the tuna from the pan and let it rest. Resting is an essential step that allows the fish to finish cooking gently from the residual heat. It also ensures that the juices redistribute evenly, resulting in a moist and flavorful piece of fish. While the tuna is resting, let's deglaze the pan with a splash of red wine. This step isn't just for fancy chefs. It's a simple way to capture those delicious caramelized bits left in the pan. Let the wine simmer for a minute or two, then pour it over the resting tuna for an extra burst of flavor. And there you have it, a perfectly cooked piece of tuna that is sure to be the star of your one meal a day. It's a protein-packed powerhouse that's as delicious as it is nutritious. With our tuna cooked to perfection, it's time to whip up our side dishes. What's a hero without a sidekick? Time to prepare our jacked potatoes and veggies. Now, potatoes often get a bad rap, but when prepared correctly, they're a powerhouse of nutrition. They're packed with vitamins C and B6, potassium, and fiber. And when we jack them up with a bit of extra virgin olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt, they're not only tasty, but also beneficial for your health. So let's get those potatoes washed, cut into quarters and ready for their transformation. Let's move on to our red cabbage. This vibrant veggie is not just a feast for the eyes, but also for your body. It's an excellent source of vitamin C, K, and B6, and is known for its cancer-fighting properties. So let's get chopping. Remember, we want thin, delicate slices to add a nice crunch to our meal. Next, we have our spinach, one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Rich in iron, calcium, and vitamins A, C, and K, it's ideal for those of us leading an active lifestyle. Let's give the spinach a good rinse and roughly chop it. Just take the leaves, cut off the stems. The same goes for our onions and garlic, which will lend a depth of flavor to our dish. Now let's get everything cooking. Start with roasting the potatoes in the oven until they're golden and crispy. In the meantime, saute the garlic and onions in a pan until they're soft and fragrant. Add the red cabbage and let it cook until it's slightly tender but still has a bit of a bite. Finally, toss in the spinach and let it wilt down. As we're cooking, let's not forget about the importance of seasoning. A pinch of salt here, a grind of pepper there, maybe even a dash of chili flakes if you're feeling adventurous. It's all about creating a balance of flavors that makes your taste buds dance. And there we have it. Our jack potatoes are soft and golden. Our veggies are vibrant and flavorful. They're not just sidekicks, but stars in their own right. Our side dishes are ready to shine. Let's bring it all together. They say we eat with our eyes first. Let's make our meal a feast for the eyes as well as the palate. Now, as we move into the final act of our culinary adventure, let's talk about the art of plating. Because, let's be honest, even the most delicious meal can lose its appeal if it's not presented well. And we've put so much love and effort into preparing this meal, we want to ensure it gets the grand presentation it deserves. The first tip is to play with colors. We've got a vibrant palette to work with here. The rich pinkish hue of our perfectly cooked tuna, the earthy tones of our jacked potatoes, the deep red of our cabbage, the bright green of our spinach, and the subtle color play of our onions and garlic. Arrange these colors in a way that they complement each other. For instance, place the vibrant tuna next to the contrasting green spinach and the earthy potatoes. This will make the colors pop and make the meal look more appealing. Next, consider the texture. The flaky tuna, the crunchy cabbage, the soft potatoes, and the slightly wilted spinach all bring different textures to the plate. Arrange these in a way that invites the diner to experience all these textures in each bite. Now, let's not forget about the white space. It's a common misconception that a full plate equals a good meal. But the truth is, leaving some white space on the plate creates a sense of balance and prevents the meal from looking overcrowded. And finally, garnish. A sprinkle of fresh herbs or a drizzle of a complimentary sauce can elevate the visual appeal of the dish. But remember, less is more. Garnishing should enhance the dish, not overpower it. And voila! Our Friday's lunch OMAD is ready to be devoured. Bon appétit, guten appetit, or sarap kain nana. That's a wrap on our Friday night's OMAD feast. A meal fit for a queen or a sporty woman. We've navigated through the prep, the cooking, and of course the all-important plating. Let's do a quick recap. We started with the freshest of ingredients: tuna fish, jacked potatoes, red cabbage, spinach, onions, and garlic. Each ingredient, handpicked for its nutritional benefits, perfectly fits into a sportive lifestyle. We then cooked our tuna to perfection, prepared the jacked potatoes and veggies with a touch of finesse, and presented it all in a way that would make even a top chef proud. This meal is not just about filling your belly, it's about fueling your body and mind. It's about embracing a lifestyle that is healthy, active, and rewarding. I encourage you all, try making this meal at home. Taste the difference that fresh, nutritious food can make. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. Remember, good food is good mood. See you next Friday for another OMAD fish adventure. Before we say our goodbyes, I have a quick request for you all. If you enjoyed this video and want more delicious and nutritious recipes, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing is your ticket to regular updates, new recipes, and fitness tips. By liking this video, you help more people discover the joy of cooking healthy and delicious meals. Your support means the world to me, and it allows me to keep creating content that fuels your body and mind. So hit that like button, click subscribe, and join me in this journey of health and happiness. Thank you for your support. Stay healthy, stay happy, and keep cooking. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. You're Eric. See you next Friday for another OMAD adventure.